I caught my wife having an affair with her therapist. About 4 days ago, my wife consummated an affair she had been having with her therapist for the past 7 months. I cannot fit all the background story I wanted to share here. If there is interest, I will post the entire story to a blog or something. 3 months ago, she cut off sex and told me I did not deserve it anymore, and then I had to earn the right. I found myself in a dead bedroom. As time went on, I kept attempting to talk things through with her. I was starved of intimacy, touch, reassurance, help around the house. She suddenly stopped doing anything related to our relationship or household. I felt betrayed. I was convinced that there was more to it, but she kept explaining things away, redirecting the questions, changing facts, etc. I regularly prompted her to please be open and honest with me, so we could work things out. But I was exhausting her. She never had time for me, and always had higher priority things to focus on. Her resentment of me grew, and she was openly hostile to me at this point. Then she scheduled a trip to go to a women empowerment event. Females only. And I knew in my heart what was happening. She had found a cover story with which she knew I would not argue. I could not sleep, so I snooped through her account again. I went through the phone records and search history, and I purchased a background search service to find out which numbers were whose. There was a suspicious number, so I decided to give it a call. And sure enough, the name on the voicemail was none other than her therapist. I did a background search, and discovered he lived in the same town she booked the hotel. On the second night of her trip, I accessed her search history, and put together a timeline of events of conversations we had, compared to her alarming search results, and various other findings. All of my fears were confirmed, even worse than I imagined. She researched how marriages turn out with your therapist, and how to document evidence to prepare for a divorce. She stalked him and his family, did background checks on them, researched how to hide assets during divorce, how to catfish someone. The law of the therapist could lose their license if they had sex with a client, and the list of things went on. She Googled this man nearly every day. The evidence was undeniable. She loved this man, and was stalking him. The day before her trip, 5 days ago, she searched, how to not fart during sex. All the pieces were there, and I knew exactly what was happening. I sent her a text message Sunday morning outlining everything I knew was going on. I called out her AP by name, and said she needed to come clean if she had any desire to fix our relationship. She returned Sunday, a day early. She demanded to know where I got this info from, but I withheld it, and told her that where I got it from was unimportant, and I held my ground. I did not want to allow her to obfuscate, twist, deny, or reason with any evidence. Eventually, she spilled all the information, describe in detail how they had sex. She told me she wants to continue with the affair too. See where things go, but also wants to continue her marriage with me, because she loves me. I'm sickened. I'm horrified. But I can't help but think maybe I should try to have an open relationship. Maybe it will be fun even. Please someone, shake me out of this idiotic line of thinking. After some intense hours of her sharing, and telling me everything, the more I think about it, the crazier this all sounds. Her therapist is a leader of a group of men that go out into the woods for sexual male empowerment sessions, which are secretive, and are not allowed to say what goes on there. Instead of my wife attending the female version of this, she attends the graduation ceremony of the male session, where each guy gets on stage and tells his emotional story. Then the family members come on stage to give a testimonial of how the man's life improved after joining this group, starting to sound like a cult by the way. Like a little girl gets on stage to say, "My daddy is different now. I like him better." Now it just so happens that my wife is sat down unknowingly to the top leader of the group, who says to the person in the row in front of them, "If only there were a female version of this group." And my wife jumps on the opportunity to say, Oh, there is. As a matter of fact, I skipped the session this week to support AP here today. The leader guy says, oh really, would you mind speaking about it, and sharing information with some people here? So they put her on stage to talk about this woman's empowerment session. She's never even attended. I could be paranoid, but now I feel her therapist recruits vulnerable women for this organization and indoctrinates them to take advantage of them sexually. I cannot prove that. I am at a loss. On one side, I'm deeply disturbed and upset by my wife's actions. On the other side, I think she was taken advantage of, manipulated, and coached by her therapist. And I could report him to the board to have his license revoked. My wife said she did not want me to do that, and it would make her miserable to know she was the reason for his life falling apart. She wants an open marriage and talks about having threesomes and participating in potentially fun and exciting sex. She was able to seduce me when she got back, and the sex was pretty good. So here I am being a sucker, contemplating, not filing for divorce. So I do not have to deal with that. WTF is wrong with me? Redditor's comments. Redditor 1. So you did not get any sex for 3 months, and the moment you talk about reporting her. AP, she seduces you. Brother, that therapist is destroying families and relationships, and I am pretty sure your wife is not the only one there, and believe me, it will end horribly if you try an open relationship with that therapist. You want to try an open relationship but with someone else. Most crucial report that AP, there are many more innocent families and women he has destroyed. If you want your wife back, you have to break her affair fog, which you can do only by reporting her AP. Furthermore, brother, work on protecting yourself first. Your wife very easily manipulates you. She has a solid plan to leave you, without offering much in divorce. As you can see from search history, she has no intention of continuing with you, and most probably just buying time to go through her plan. So take control in your hand. Protect your money and assets, and destroy AP first to bring her out of the fog. She has a plan to cheat AP of assets, it seems. Read it or one follow-up. Precisely, AP is not getting this, he has already lost his wife, and in this way, he is going to be financially ruined also. Read it or 3. Honestly, I would instead suggest he divorce, since if you cheat once, you are most likely going to cheat again, and staying with the same person is not going to be the same after knowing they have done infidelity against you, among other things. Read it or 4. Report him and divorce your wife. No open relationship will work starting out from cheating. Has she even said she wants to marry him? Be smart. Oh, be follow up. Yeah, you are right. Answer 5. A lot will be wrong with you if you don't get out now. You are in danger. People with this mindset, being propped up by others with the same mindset, like I said. Dangerous. Oh, be follow up. You are probably right. To top it off, she got fired from her job yesterday. It's the worst case scenario. Read it or 6. He isn't probably right. He's spot on OB. You are about to become a doormat fool running in the World Championship of Pick-Me Dancers. You have asked the best question. What's wrong with you? You have done an excellent job on the investigation path. Now you think your white knights feel will save the day and your bride, out of the fawn of the mean dragon called therapist. If therapist needs to smell the roses and taste the bacon, scorch his earth. Your wife has settled for the safety of the comfortable life with you. Now since she can do as she pleases, as you have not earned the right back to be a lover for her. WTF? Can I ask you where your self-respect is? Is that dirt meaningless to you? Yes, shit hurts. And it hurts bad, but trust me, it will go better, no best. I'm now 20 years past when I moved out of my home and my Mozilla. She thought she could rule me. It never happened. I lost all I've had then, but gained 10,000-fold. Look yourself up in the mirror and ask yourself, and my worth is shit sandwich, or do I deserve the best sandwich in town? Up, wake up. OP said in the comments that he is all of the evidence of the affair and that the therapist is real unlicensed, but he is afraid to pull the trigger. It looks like the therapist did an excellent job in teaching the wife how to manipulate OP. I have read over 300 Reddit stories, and this has to be the craziest. If you like the story, join me for more. I will see you at the following story.